the story that I'm going to take away from this book, The Education of Kendrick Perkins, a Memoir? What's the one story that you want us taking away from this?
You know what? Then it's two. One, I will, I think every book has a starting point. Like, and I think that's the hard part of actually writing a book, in my opinion, from learning. It was easy for me. I lost my mom when I was 5 years old. She was shot and killed by, quote unquote, one of her best friends. My
Oh,
dad
wow.
was in New Zealand, never in my life, so I was taken in by my grandparents, my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandmother made $40 to $60 a week as a housekeeper. My grandfather made $350 a month as the janitor at the church. I grew up in the house that my great grandfather built, where the ceilings was 6'5". So by the time I got into the ninth grade, I couldn't fit in the damn house, and I had to go through so much adversity. I had to learn and search for security at times because my grandparents did a hell of a job. I loved them to death, but I was still searching for that security for us just wondering, hey, if my mom was living or my dad was in my life, how would things be? And so my wife always tell me now, she's like, you don't really show too much emotions. Like we'll go to a funeral and she don't never see me cry. And I always tell her I don't have any more tears to shed because I've cried myself to sleep so many nights as a young kid. But I also would like people to take away from, especially, see, in the African American community, you get frowned upon if you tell someone or someone that you're close to, or maybe just friends, right? If you tell them, "Hey, man, I'm going to counseling. I need help for my mental," you get judged and you get laughed at. So I share in my book about my experience when I was with the Oklahoma City Thunder in the off season, where I went down to Lawrence, Kansas, and I went to anger management for a month and a half. And I was in a classroom from 8 to 5 in the evening with these high-powered doctors that was also in there with me as well, from, you know, getting in trouble in their respective fields, abusing their power. So I'm in there with anesthesiologists, spinal surgeons, you name it. And I learned so much being there for us just learning how to, let things go, learning how to not put myself in certain positions, learning how to fast forward and think about, should I go to certain things or should I just stay home, so that I could kind of, not say foresee the future, but actually put myself in the right position. And so I share that story, one, because it's my journey, but I also share it to let people know that it's okay to go out there and seek help to protect your mental. So if you having a problem, like, go sit down and talk with somebody. Like, it's crucial. So those are the two messages. And the message as far as how my upbringing is, like, so many people stop when they hit adversity. Well, I've learned I gotta figure things out. And I figure things out on the fly. I don't let it stop me in my tracks.